call Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. This is going to definitely be quick because it's in transit. So I'm going to try and quote some scriptures that you should look up on your own time. But this is a very quick commentary, and it's simply titled Just Another CHIP Video or MOTB Warning. And what we're seeing is like this thing is, I mean, it's been slowly but surely becoming more mainstream, where even I'm willing to say even 3 years ago, this wasn't a well-known topic of discussion. It was still in the realm of, of sea theory, and you were crazy if you would believe it. Now it's in your face. It's right here. We are here, so much to the point that random people, I even hear it in in conversation, in the grocery store. And people will lightly joke about it, like, oh, better enjoy these groceries now before they put us on, before they stick us with the neuro. Or they'll, I'll be in an Uber, and the Uber just out of nowhere, they're like, so what do you think about blah blah blah, woody woo? And partly I think it's the spirit that I hear it, or people for some reason want to just talk to me about it, or about a lot of sea theories, but whatever. This girl hasn't said anything that the prophets haven't said already, so I'm going to let her do her thing. And again, we'll provide commentary, and of course this is off the back of Revelation 13 and 16, where it says he causeth all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to get a mark in their right hand or their forehead. Okay, and I have gone into that, what I speculate would be the spiritual meaning of having something put in your forehead, because of the prefrontal cortex, where it comes to decision making, when it comes to your will, where it comes to things that make you, your animated self, right? Like as if, when they see your corpse and then they see you alive, you look different, right? Because there's soul to that, and what makes you, your essence, all right? And also the right hand, I'm just assuming, because everything that is on the right hand is righteous, okay, and being and they want to take over that. They want to take their left-handed means, and this is all me. This is me speaking as a man. This is not doctrine. These are things that I just put together in my own head. All right, so I think that they want to use that right hand, or because Satan transforms himself as an angel of light, so they want to pretend like, this is some right-handed knowledge, but it's not, man. And again, this is just me connecting simple dots to help me kind of comprehend or kind of piece things together. All right, so with that being said, let's let her do her thing, and like I said, we'll quote and add some commentary. And
Universal income badly. My followers have been seeing this coming for years. For years, I've been telling you guys they're going to have us on that universal income. Eliminate poverty, I believe that. But how are you going to give everybody a BMW? What I'm saying is there'll always be a level of status. But by then, they'll have us sick, tired, and tied to an algorithm. Universal income will look like the save all. Universal income will look like world peace, but it'll be the mark of the beast and world control.
Right, when he shall say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction. This will be out of convenience. They have screwed these things up. They have screwed up society in general to the point to where people are going to say, you know what, F it, I'll take it. If I can get some sort of normalcy, just give me the damn CHIP here. Well, what did they say for the vid thing? What was the quote? Roll up your sleeve. That's what they gonna say. Roll up your sleeve. Or take off your gloves. Some stupid catchy catchphrase. Be ready for that, okay? Because the 2019 thing was simply a test run. All right, and then they've even made certain changes. So instead of it, she mentioned a hierarchy and a class system. She mentioned a UBI, but then there's also a UHI. Now they've added a universal high income. So now it sounds more appealing, okay? And you can go into a book, I can't remember the name of the book, but if you just Google Edward Bernays, right, and he's the father of propaganda, of what modern propaganda is, and basically, instead of calling it lying and propaganda, it's simply called public relations. So if you can make something sound sweet, sugary, helpful, all right, convenient, safe, it pushes the general public to want to accept it. All the while they have they have the worst plan for you. Basically, you are simply a cog in a machine. You are simply a cow in a proverbial digital field. That's all you are cattle. And they will know all and be all and see all. Why? Because the scriptures tell you that this devil wants to be like the Most High. He will ascend above the clouds, or he will make an attempt to do so and be like the Most High, right? He wants to see all, know all. He wants to be omnipotent in a left-handed way, in a finite way that cannot last, that is not sustainable, all right? So let's let her finish a little bit. And I know she been watching. Because of the certain way she says things, you can tell people who have been watching.
Control, mass control. When has the government, the US government in particular, ever wanted the best for its people? I'll wait.
Especially because it is owned by a certain group of people, all right, who they wiggle their way in like snakes, and very, very subtly, right? Genesis, the 3rd chapter, very subtly sneak their way in there, and next thing you know, they are in seats of power and funneling livelihood, money, energy, ideas, funneling out of said country, because they are a parasite that needs a host. And then they give it to their people, and then their people have no health care, or no health care costs. Their people go to college for free. Their people live a debt-free life. Their people don't pay any interest, while everyone else is being absolutely gutted by interest. Usury.
It's a big lead up to get you on that Neuralink, or to get you on that chip. You're gonna need the mark of the beast in order to take advantage of your universal income. You won't be able to access your universal income account without it. And the new currency will be your data, or your data. They're gonna wanna know what keeps you scrolling all day. How can I keep you tied to an algorithm? They want education to mean nothing, because what do you need an education for when jobs are irrelevant? When no one's required to work? Yay, universal income. You're no longer required to work. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Right. Do not think, simply consume. We will do everything for you. You don't even have to leave your house. You want to see what the Alps is like, but you can't afford it because of your fixed income? Here, put these glasses on. You get a free pair of Meta whatever, or AI glasses, or whatever, or you get this in-home device that can put you anywhere in the world that you want to be. That has to be great. Absolutely great for mental health, right? So the Lord said to be fruitful and multiply. The Lord said, they set the nations in their bounds, and then they stay there and they do their thing, right? But now look at where we're at. Look at the complete and utter chaos, the complete and utter destruction of the world as we know it. And you can't, I said before, I add ad nauseum, almost ad infinitum. You cannot breathe the air. You don't even know that you're breathing air that is killing you. You can't even eat the food, canned food, which most people want to have, in certain times of need, where a lot of us are heading to. It's bioengineered. It's fake. It will do worse to you than actual spoil. Who knows what? Nobody knows. Your food, your water, your air. Everywhere you look, you are being slowly destroyed. They have created these problems because why? They have the perfect solution. And it has always been that way with, the earth being given into the hand of the wicked. They create the problem. And boy, are they good at that. And all they simply do is just think that they're doing what's best, because they are unfit to rule. The Lord said he set up kings in the earth, roughly paraphrased, right? He can put the basis of men up, and look at what he's done. The literal basist. Base meaning low form. So that is what the world is heading to, and it is so it makes me happy. I really does, to see that this thing here, that this whole thing, that the prophets that have been doing this way before I've even been alive, look at the fruit. And they have preached on these street corners for years without fruit, and now look at it, and it begs the scripture, 2nd Esdras, I believe 6:27 or 28, around the 26, where it says the truth that hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. And you're watching it, you see it. So I pray that if you have doubt, and we all do, we all will have some doubt here and there, but you have to get out ahead of it. Okay, whatever you feel, if there's doubt, if there's fear, if there's anything that kind of makes you want to straddle the fence or be on the sideline about something, you need to pray. You need to fast, whatever, do what it is that you need to do to make sure that you are fully persuaded, that you know what's what and who is who. All right, so with that being said, I truly, truly pray that you are edified. Again, this was not meant to be very long. A quick in transit, just another MOTB warning.